YouTube? This is PB and KM. And this time it's not a game review because I'm really tired. But this has been a crazy week. I haven't got much accomplished, but I have been playing some Defiance. Thus far, it feels like it's still almost like a beta type of game at the moment, but they got a lot of stuff working, a lot of stuff that they're fixing. Pretty much the patches have gotten small now, which is a plus. I've gotten my charger, my roller vehicle, which pretty much if you haven't gotten that and you pre-ordered, you need to actually either register your code with Tryon, and they'll give you the code that you need after you register in an email, or you need to pretty much put in whatever code that you got for your respective systems if you've gotten that far. They've got instructions on there, and it's one of the FAQ questions, so you need to hop on that if you haven't got your roller. Also, too, playing through the game and such is real nice. It's real easy. Pretty much as long as you're just good at shooting stuff and blowing stuff up and using the new guns they give you, it's fun. It's quite awesome. We did actually figure out how to add someone to party and such, but the connection on Xbox 360 was kind of questionable. So that was like our biggest problem with being able to keep that going. Voice chat does work, so that was definitely a plus, although area voice chat does not seem to work. What else? Leveling up's pretty easy. The guns are pretty easy. Thus far, class doesn't quite make a huge difference. More picking your skill set and what your abilities are seem to make a bigger difference. At the moment, pretty much whoever you play as or whatever you play as is kind of a general thing at the moment. It looks like you unlock more of your stuff though in the game by just simply playing through the goals more so than anything else. So that's something to keep in mind. And you know what? That's enough about Defiance now. I'm still trying to play through BioShock 3. Luckily, there's a nice slowdown coming of releases that I'm actually interested in. So that means I should get some time to actually get some games finished and such. I'm trying to burn my way through BioShock Infinite, but I have to stop playing Defiance. And I've actually started playing DC Universe again. As a matter of fact, I swapped Hired's powers. He's no longer a gadgeteer, which there's nothing wrong with that. As a gadgeteer, I was pretty good. I actually was able to make sure I kept giving out power and actually had it worked out to where my jack-o'-lantern was keeping me with power, even though I'm just dumping it out like crazy. Now, I switched it from mental, and the reason I switched it from mental is mental dumps out even more power because they basically do a lot of POT dumping of power. And they even have a defib-like move, but it also allows me to do a little bit of damage and DPS, and whereas with the Gadgeteer class, we're kind of limited. If we can't stun, we're dead. So that's kind of how that goes. Also, too, there's some other stuff that we've been talking about lately with MMOs. So we will have another MMO for beginners coming soon, and hopefully sooner than later. And pretty much, I'm trying to see if I can get a couple of other older games possibly into this retro rotation, since it looks like there's going to be a gap between newer releases and such. So that way I can kind of feel like I'm busy and keeping current. And I need something to help keep me sane through all this crazy work changes that are going on. It never stops. And also, too, it's funny. I finally get something worked out to actually be able to record songs again. My voice is all jacked up. I can't record anything unless I want to sound like this for the whole time. So, you do what you can. You do what you can. But, pretty much I'm trying to get things together and such. Looking forward to Injustice Gods Among Us. I was thinking about getting that Metro Last Light. I might have to get the other game first, which is the original Metro. I don't remember the year. Fast and Furious I'm just not interested in. The Last of Us is what I want, and of course the Ouya system. That's supposed to be coming out 2 months from now. I'm interested in that, just for the mere fact that pretty much that's like Android and games like that will be able to be put on my TV, and possibly I can use it similar to a Roku box. I'm just saying. But those are like the biggest things thus far. Everything after that is kind of like Splinter Cell, Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, my homeboys are into Assassin's Creed, so I'm imagining they're going to be checking it out, and that might be the reason why I end up with it. Don't get me wrong, it's a cool-looking game. It's a nice-looking series. It's just not my cup of tea. So, I'm not a player of it. However, I will watch someone play it. And, with games like that, if you can still enjoy them, even though you're not directly in the experience, that's saying a lot by itself. And, of course, I'm waiting for the Deadpool game, which I'm praying they don't screw up. And also, too, I heard that Walking Dead game, Survival Instinct, was horrible. So I'm trying to see if I can maybe get a rental or something of that. Also, too, we actually did finish Alien Colonial Marines. Definitely not a $65 experience. Maybe 20. Maybe 20. And as we went through it, oh my gosh, we just kept finding more and more wrong. There are some real strong issues with pacing later on in the game. But now you already know it's a bad game. So you already know this is definitely something headed to the El Cheapo pile, where it can hopefully redeem itself and be fun, sort of, for the price. I mean, it is what it is. Now, I've heard about this Destiny thing, this Destiny game. I'm curious about it, but not curious enough to really hop in it. Like, Defiance, I pretty much did my homework on it, like, a couple of days before I went to go buy it. Once I saw kind of what they were doing in it, I knew I wanted it. So, that's kind of how that purchase happened. But, with that, too, hopefully I'll be able to review some movies at some point, too, which probably wouldn't have been a bad idea for this week. But considering how everything seems to be sweeping and change like crazy at the moment, I figure just a video where it's a slowdown would probably be a good thing. And I'll just double up on a review 1 week and kind of get you back to where you used to be in, right? So, Speed, PB&K, I'll see you later. And I also should be able to have the information posted in upcoming videos for the virtual catalog, so that you can actually flip through and see what products you may want to buy from me, which would be awesome, because who doesn't need a little extra money, and who doesn't need good products, right? Anyway, later, folks. Peace.